Nama Budaya and Sukihotu. A glad evening and welcome back to the second session on Introduction to the Buddhist Bible. The objective of this session is to inspire you to understand how the sutta were arranged and where to obtain them. It's important that we get our reference right and not to spread the fake Buddha's teaching or Buddhist code to others. Long ago, when I started teaching in the Dhamma class, I was reprimanded by my Dhamma mentors who prompted me where is my point of reference. I used to attend Dhamma talks, read Dhamma books, and start to write a lot of good points and notes. But are they the teachings of the Buddha or just the opinion of the speakers or the writer? So I started referencing the Tipitaka. Some of them cannot be found, and I make effort from then onwards to ensure all my Dhamma sharing, when I quote it, is always been accompanied by the Tipitaka code, which you will be learning in a short while. Suttanta, the second collection in the Tipitaka, consists of more than 12,000 discourses, both long and short. It is divided into five Nikayas. The first one, the Dikha Nikaya or the long discourses, which has 34 suttas. Next, the medium length or the Majjhima Nikaya with 152 suttas, followed by Samyutta Nikaya, the kindred saying with 889 suttas, and the more famous Anguttara Nikaya consists of 8,777 gradual sayings, and the last smaller collection, Guddaka Nikaya, is made up of 15 books. Let's dive into one by one. Some of the famous long sutta in Dikha Nikaya are the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, code as DN 16, Sutta number 16, which describe the final 3 months and death of the Buddha. This is the longest sutta. Then we have the sutta that all Buddhists must have, which we call the layman's code of conduct or Sigalo Vada Sutta, which provide the guiding ethics and practice for all lay followers, such as what is our duty as a child and as a parent, or as a husband and wife, friends, employee or employers, teachers and students, as well as monks and devotees. Dikha Nikaya is further breakdown into three vargas or division. For example, in the Sonananda Sutta, DN 4, a dialogue between Brahmin Sonananda and the Buddha regards to what make a true Brahmin, in which it drilled down to the virtue and wisdom and not by birth is Brahmin. On the most vital discourses on mental cultivation, the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Dikha Nikaya 22, talks about the four foundation of mindfulness. Okay, mindful on our body, our feeling, our mind, as well as the mental qualities, as an important knowledge and guidelines to all meditators. Then we have the Lakkhana Sutta, Dikha Nikaya 30, which describe the 32 marks of the great man or Buddha. Okay, and sometimes the tuft or white hair between the eyebrow of the Buddha is often confused by many of us as the third eye. Okay, This is because, or this is the result of the Buddha's perfection in holding the truth from all his past life. Okay? This is one of the marks. There are 32 marks. Go ahead and read out on your own. Next, the Majjhima Nikaya, the medium-length sutta collection, is also divided into 3 parts. Each part has 5 vargas or division, which have 10 sutta except one with 12 suttas. Example, Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya 135, and the Mahakamma Vibhanga Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya 136. Both of them deal with the law of karma. Why people are born not equal, with some short life, some beautiful, some wealthy, famous, and others not. It also explains why some who perform wholesome deeds now but acquire negative result, and vice versa. So it's very interesting, very important sutta that I would recommend all of you to drill in and understand what the Buddha said. Now let's spend some time moving into the website. Okay, I'll be clicking Sutta Central. I'll bring you to suttacentral.net and to show you where are the suttas. Okay, so if you once you're in the website, you click on the menu over here, you'll be able to find all the collection of suttas over here, Suttanta, okay, the Vinaya and Abhidhamma. Since we are going to go into sutta, so we can see even the sutta, the long discourses, Tika Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, the link, Samyutta Nikaya, Anutta Nikaya, and so on. Okay, so let's move on to the long discourses, and Tika Nikaya can move in. You can find the 3 vargas over here. So once you click into the vargas over here, you can see that here you can find the Brahmajala Sutta, Tika Nikaya 1, and then you have the 2, and all the suttas are all here. And mention the Sonana Sutta, Tika Nikaya number 4. Okay, so if you'd like to learn more about this sutta, okay, of course there's a synopsis for you. If you'd like to learn more about it, okay, you can select which translation you like. Okay, so for example, I'll go into Bhikkhu Sujato. Okay, and you can see the Sonananda Sutta is all here. Right, they are break out into the topic, and you can enjoy your reading over here. Okay, once you finish all the suttas, it's quite long because the long discourses is quite long over here, and you can continue to move on to the next sutta or the previous one. Right? So if we move into the Majjhima Nikaya, similarly, you will have the same concept, okay, 3, and then you have all the vargas. There are 15 vargas over here. As example, we go into one of the vargas here. Okay, same, right? You have all the Majjhima Nikaya 41, and all the sutta. Similarly, you would like to go into the translation. Just click into a translation. Oh, you go in, right? And since Majjhima should be shorter, so it's a shorter sutta, or it's too long. Okay, and you can just move on to the next sutta. Okay. Yep, that's how you read your sutta, or the references. Any references you need to get it from here, read from here. Okay, and you can even go into search. There's a search engine in between here. Say, for example, if I like to know any of my sutta talking about dana or giving, okay, I just type in giving over here, and I enter. Okay, enter. Wow, it will give me 2,103 result of giving in the whole website over here. So from here you can find the Anutta Nikaya 637, or you can go into Iti Vutta 98, also talking about giving. Okay, and there's so many giving. There's so many giving topic. What is giving and so on. Okay, that will help you a lot in your research. Okay, by topic, or even by subject itself. The third collection, or kindred saying, Samyutta Nikaya, is divided into 5 major divisions. This collection is arranged in a special order by subject matters, and each group deals with specific doctrines or personality. For example, in the Kosala Samyutta is a group of discourses concerning King Pasidani of Kosala. Here, the selected sutta for you are Patija Samuppada Samyutta Nikaya 12.1, which deal with the 12 links of dependent origination, showing the origin and the cessation of suffering depending on ignorance. And the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the first discourse he teaches to the 5 monks. Anguttara Nikaya is the most referred sutta collection because it goes by number. They are short suttas divided into 11 divisions. For example, all the sutta which the Buddha teaches in a single item are grouped into the book of 1. And sutta with 2 items are grouped into the books of 2, and so on. Now, let's do some exercise. I'd like you to log in to the Sutta Central website. And what you need to do is find the sutta number. So you may like to pause for a while on your video and go to your browser and type in this link, suttacentral.net/an. Okay, if you are ready, let's find the reference number for the following. Remember, in the anger management course that you may have went through earlier with me, okay, there are 3 types of individuals. Those who write their anger on the rock, those who write on the soil, and those who write on the waterfront. Okay, you may like to pause for a while, go to your browser, find the reference number. Good. Now, answer is Anguttara Nikaya, Book of the Tree, Sutta number 132. Topic is inscription. Should not be difficult to find, right? Okay, let's try the next question. In the topic on friends and friendship, there are 4 types of people who learn a little. Okay, those who do not know but think they know, and so on and so forth, or who know what they know. Okay, you pause for a while and go and find the sutta number. Okay, welcome back. Answer is Anguttara Nikaya, Book of the 4, Sutta number 6. So anything the Buddha mentioned about 4 things, it will fall under the Anguttara Nikaya, Book of the 4. Right? So this is the answer. Good. Let's move on to the next question. In the topic of the power of speech, okay, the Buddha mentioned about the 5 benefits of listening to the Dhamma. Okay, one hears what one has not heard before and clarify what one has heard before, get rid of the doubt, one's view becomes straightened, and one's mind becomes serene, peace, and joy. Okay, pause and go and find the reference number. Good. Yep, you got it right. Anguttara Nikaya, Book of the 5, Sutta number 202, Listening to the Dhamma. Next question. In the art of giving, remember, the giver must be happy before, during, and after the dana. Pause now, find the sutta number. Yup, it's difficult because you may be looking for the Anggutta Nikaya Book of the Three, but indeed is fall under the Anggutta Nikaya Book of the Six, Sutta number 37, Dana Sutta, or giving, because the other three is talking about the receiver, three for the giver, three for the receiver. Wow, so this is how you find your suttas in future. Now, the last smaller or minor collection is Khuddaka Nikaya. Okay, it consists of 15 books, namely the below. Okay, we have the Khuddakapata, a short passage, okay, and the more famous one, the Dhammapada Pali, okay, which we have 423 sutta in it. Okay, then you have the Udana Pali. Okay, Udana Pali is the exclamation. Okay, when an Arahant or the Buddha himself, enlightened, they will exclaim, yes. Then they have certain words. So this exclamation is actually written into Udana. Okay, you have the Tipitaka, okay, the Thus Says Sutta, Sutta Nipata, okay, the collection of sutta, and you also have Vimanavatu, okay, the story of celestial mansion, and Petavatu, story of the hungry ghost. Right? So you can find all the information over there. And the next group is the Theragatha. Okay, Theragatha is the verses of the elder monks, okay, all the arahants, and Theragati is the verses of the arahant, the ladies arahant, the nun. Okay, and we have the Jataka story. Wow, 547 birth story of the Buddha, and then the rest are the Dinesa, Nidesa, Patisambhida, Magga, path of discrimination, Apadana, biography of the Buddhas and Arahant, okay, and as well as the Buddha Vangsa. Buddha Vangsa is about the history of the Buddha, okay, and so on. Okay, so for today, if you were to study the whole Tipitaka, I think you need the whole life. Okay, so for today, we will do selection of three only: Dhammapada, Jataka, and Buddha Vangsa. Dhammapada, the path of the Dhamma. Okay, we have about 423 verses in the Dhammapada. Okay, it's a collection of the Buddha's words or basic and essential principles of the Buddha's teaching. Okay, yeah, they are all arranged in their own topic in the 23 vagas or chapters. Okay, and it recommended a life of peace, of non-violence. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by kindness, and love. Okay, then you can find this in Dhammapada 5. It contains gems of literary excellence, filled with appropriate similes and universal truth, and is thus appealing and enriching to all readers. It also serves as a digest of the essential principles and featuring, okay, of the Buddha Dharma, as well as the wisdom of to all ages. Okay, so you can find these Dhammapada verses in the website below. We will not go into that area, so you have to go and study on your own, right? So it will take 1 day, a Dhammapada a day, it will take you 1 year, more than 1 year to complete. I still remember when I was in Taiping, Sasanaka, okay, they were having this small discussion group every week. Okay, but of course every week they will pick 4 or 5 Dhammapada, and it take almost about 2 years to complete a whole Dhammapada. Well, as for the Dhammapada verses and story, okay, you can surf the www.tipitaka.net stroke Tipitaka, okay, on Dhammapada. They have quite a good collection of the Dhammapada, complete collection of the Dhammapada verses. Okay, here, yeah, you have all the Dhammapada verses 001 until the 423. Okay, you can go in to look at it. Okay, let's take one example. Okay, you have the verses here in Pali, okay, and then these are the verses in English, okay, and then the story behind the Dhammapada. Okay, for every Dhammapada there is a story there, so you can read on your own all the story, right? Now, the next group is Jataka. Okay, Jataka is the birth stories of the Buddha. There are altogether 547 of them. Okay, these are all the previous assistant of the story of the Gautama Buddha, while he was still a bodhisattva or Buddha to be. Okay. The thesis is divided into nipatas, small group of collection, according to number of verses concerning each story. There's a lot of story over there, and it is the important is the commentary of the verses, which give the complete birth story. So important that whenever you reread the Jataka story, please make sure we cover the last part, okay, the summary, the synopsis, where it will tell you who is who, what is the lesson learned, and so on. Okay. So in this birth story, it embedded the moral principles, the practice of our bodhisattva who been observing self-development and perfection to attain Buddhahood. Let's take a visit on the website on wisdom www.wisdomlibrary.org, where they have one of the complete collection of Jataka in English. So let's go into the website. Yep, you have that. And here you can see all the Jataka. Okay, it's divided by the book of one, Jataka 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go down to the last Jataka here. You can find total 6 volume of Jataka. Okay, and total of 547 Jatakas. Okay, so let's take something of one of Jataka. What's inside Jataka? Okay, you can have the Jataka stories over here. There's all the stories that you can read on your own later on. And I'm going to say it's at the end of the Jataka story. Okay, this is the most important part. Is where uh, the conclusion of where the Buddha mentioned that. Okay, example in this case is uh, here keep the moral law and rule your kingdom righteously and win the heart of the people with the foremost of conciliation. Okay, so this is the last part of it, and this is the lesson learned from the Jataka. And there's one part lesson learned. The second part in the Jataka is the who is who, who is who. So you can see here that you can find that. Okay, yep, here they the role of each of the story in the Jataka story. You can find that Chana was a fowler, Sariputta was a king, Ananda is Sukuma, and the follower of the Buddha, the 90,000 geese, and he himself is the Buddha, the Bodhisattva himself is a goose king. So you can find that in the story of the goose, okay, these are the characters, and these are the character in the Jataka and who is who. So two things from Jataka: lesson learned and who play which role. Buddha Vangsa, also known as the lineage of the Buddhas, describes the account of the Buddha, account of Sumedha, that tells the life of Sumedha, our Buddha in his previous life, how he made his bodhisattva vow, and how he received confirmation from Dipankara Buddha to become a Buddha in the future by the name Sakyamuni, and the 10 perfection that he would need to practice. He also covers the rest of the 24 historical Buddhas who preceded Gautama Buddha and the acts of merits that our Bodhisattva performed towards them in his previous lives. Then it also account the life the Gautama Buddha, in this last life, and as well as the account of Maitreya Buddha, that is the Buddha, the future Buddha that's coming in after Gautama. So you can enjoy reading in this your Buddha Vangsa and find out more if you like. Here are some of the recommended internet resources that you can surf to obtain the sutta. You can go to suttacentral.net, or you can actually surf in access to insight.org slash Tipitaka. To summarize today's session, we have went through the Suttanta structure and how to find the related sutta by search engine, and what are the numbering system that we can quote to confirm where the sutta can be found in the Pali Canon as the source of reference. The next few lessons later on, we will be looking into the Abhidhamma. So with that, thank you very much, and by the power of truth, let it be the condition for all of us to continue to have the opportunities to learn the Dhamma, to practice the Dhamma, and to realize the Dhamma until we attain Nibbana. I'm Didi Seng. Thank you very much and goodbye.